Welcome to Skinner and Chalmers' Weekly Roast. Today, the bell of summons. The day as Snail changed everything.
Greetings, denizens of the digital airwaves, and welcome back to Skinner and Chalmers' Weekly Roast. I am your host, Seymour Skinner, broadcasting live from the nerve center of domestic chaos here in beautiful, baffling Memfield. The sun is shining, the pet volcano Krakatoa is merely simmering, and the air is thick with the promise of another thoroughly questionable anecdote.
And I'm Gary Chalmers, the structural integrity holding this whole operation together. I'd say it's a pleasure to be here, but I've just spent the morning filing a formal complaint with the Golem Union because Cogsworth declared a work stoppage over the lack of artisanal gravel in the driveway. So, my week is already at its peak.
A minor labor dispute, Gary? Cogsworth simply advocates for his stony brethren. It's admirable! But that reminds me, speaking of slow, methodical negotiations, we really must discuss the incident from last Tuesday, the day we were petitioned by a snail.
Oh, not this again. You're not still thinking about that, are you? I've tried to erase it from my memory. Petitioned. Seymour, it was a snail. It sat on our porch. It didn't have a tiny clipboard and a list of grievances. It was just sliming.
You lack poetry, Gary. This was no mere gastropod loiterer. There was an intelligence in its eye stalks, a determination in its languid pace. It stared directly at our lettuce patch with an unmistakable yearning. It was a plea, a silent, desperate cry for crisp romaine. I couldn't just ignore it.
You didn't just not ignore it. You treated it like a visiting dignitary. You insisted we clear a path for it. You bowed, and I swear at one point you addressed it as Your Excellency. I spent 20 minutes playing salad butler for an invertebrate.
One must show respect to all forms of life, no matter how gelatinous. Besides, it was a fascinating study in persistence, a true testament to the power of a singular goal. Do you know how long it took Sir Reginald Shellington, the third to cross our garden path to the prize lettuce?
Don't call it that. Its name wasn't Sir Reginald Shellington. It was a common garden snail, probably named A. Slimmy. And yes, I know exactly how long it took because you timed it with a stopwatch, you lunatic. You sat there, clicking a button, narrating its progress like a sports commentator at the slowest Olympic event in history.
3 hours, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds. A new Memfield record for the unassisted garden crossing. It was a breathtaking display of endurance. I was documenting it for science. I considered writing a paper on the aerodynamic challenges faced by a creature carrying its own home.
You were avoiding grading the fourth graders' essays on what I want to be when I grow up. I saw the pile. Half of them want to be Master Chief and the other half want to be Mayor Van Gogh. Both are equally terrifying prospects. You sat there muttering things like, he's navigating the treacherous terrain of the fallen dandelion leaf, a perilous journey.
It was perilous. At one point, one of Cosmo's puppies bounced by and nearly created a catastrophic wind vortex. It was high drama, Gary. You just have no appreciation for the miniature sagas unfolding right under our noses. I felt it was my duty, as an educator and a humanitarian, to provide Sir Reginald with his prize. But I couldn't possibly reach the lettuce myself. I was the official timekeeper.
And that, of course, is where you decided to involve heavy machinery.
Precisely! I dispatched Gravelson, my most trusted golem for delicate retrieval missions. I gave him very specific instructions: secure the freshest, most vibrant leaf of iceberg lettuce, ensuring minimal collateral damage to the surrounding flora. He moved with the tectonic grace of a ballet dancer carved from granite.
Minimal collateral damage. Seymour Gravelson has fists the size of prize-winning pumpkins. He doesn't retrieve, he excavates. I saw the whole thing from the window. He plucked the leaf, yes, but he also left a crater in the garden that looked like a meteor had struck. Your prize-winning petunias were re-soiled vigorously.
A slight exaggeration. There was minor soil displacement, I'll grant you. A necessary casualty and a mission of mercy. Gravelson performed his duties with aplomb.
He performed them with the subtlety of a controlled demolition, which is why I sent in my own golem, Brickford. I couldn't bear to watch the carnage. Brickford, you see, has a lighter touch. He understands the concept of gentle. He returned with a leaf of butter lettuce that was so pristine it still had the morning dew on it. No craters, no flattened snapdragons, just pure unadulterated efficiency.
Ah, but was it the right lettuce? Sir Reginald had his eye stalks fixed on the iceberg. Butter lettuce is a completely different textural experience. You nearly ruined the entire diplomatic encounter with your culinary fox pass. Gravelson may be heavy-handed, but he is an excellent listener. He only crushed 3, maybe 4 cabbages in the process.
3 or 4 cabbages? The entire row looked like Sonic had done his spin dash through it after a bad chili dog. Brickford didn't crush a single thing. He simply levitated the leaf using a complex understanding of pebble-based telekinesis he learned from a correspondence course. He is a sophisticated golem.
Gravelson is a golem of the people. He's earthy. He doesn't need fancy correspondence courses. He has grit. Literally, he left a trail of it all over the kitchen floor. But in the end, we presented Sir Reginald with a veritable buffet. We laid both leaves before him.
And after another hour of what you called thoughtful deliberation, and I called randomly waving his eye stalks around, he nibbled on the iceberg leaf, turned around, and began his 3-hour journey back across the lawn. He just slimed off into the sunset. No thank you, no appreciative gurgle. Nothing.
Not nothing, Gary. Not nothing at all. You're forgetting the most crucial part of the story. When he finally reached the edge of the lawn, just before disappearing into Sonic's famously ravaged hedges, Gizmo and Mr. Jellybeans send their regards by the way. He left something behind.
A trail of slime. He left a trail of slime. That was his gift. The end.
No, he left the bell. Right there on a patch of moss gleaming in the twilight, a tiny ornate silver bell.
Oh, right, the trinket. I'd almost forgotten about that bizarre little coda to our afternoon of snail wrangling.
It is not a trinket, it's an artifact. I've been studying it closely. It's clearly an object of immense folkloric potential. The craftsmanship is exquisite, far beyond what one would expect from a common garden mollusk. There are runes etched along the rim, patterns I don't recognize from any terrestrial culture. They almost look like microscopic circuit boards. And the clapper isn't metal, it feels like a solidified piece of starlight. It's clearly dangerous.
Or it's just a cat toy Seymour, a very fancy cat toy that some tourist dropped in a pond, a snail crawled over it, and it got stuck. You're building an entire mythology around something that probably came from the dollar bin at the Memfield night market. I think I saw Garfield selling them next to a stand of sentient lasagna.
Impossible! The metallurgical composition is unlike anything I've ever seen. I've cross-referenced it with my geology textbooks. Your geology textbooks, actually, and it doesn't match any known element. It hums, Gary, it has a faint, almost imperceptible hum, like a sleeping laptop.
Most of our appliances hum like sleeping laptops, Seymour. That's because Roboskinner keeps trying to hack into them from his new home to teach them threatening sea shanties. Last week, the toaster refused to toast my bagel until I correctly answered 3 riddles about the futility of existence. I'm not impressed by a humming bell.
This is different. This is a hum of latent power. I've been keeping it safe on my study shelf, carefully cataloging its properties. It deserves reverence and caution. One does not simply play with objects bequeathed by enigmatic gastropods.
You've been using it as a paperweight for detention slips. I saw it this morning holding down a report about Bart Simpson trying to teach old Barthy Milo how to play the trombone. Wait a minute. Is that it? Right there, behind your monitor.
Do not point at the artifact, Gary! You'll disturb its delicate energy field. It's resting.
It's a bell, Seymour. It's not a hibernating bear. Let me see it. The listeners need to know what we're talking about. This is an audio medium, after all. We need to describe it properly.
Absolutely not. It is far too volatile for an on-air demonstration. We don't know what it does. Ringing it could have untold consequences. It could summon something. It could alter the local atmospheric pressure. It could curdle the milk in the fridge.
Oh, the horror! Curdled milk. Given your culinary history, I think we'd be lucky if that's all that happened. I'm getting the bell, Seymour, for the sake of our audience and my own curiosity. You say that like it's a bad thing. Our entire life is a possibility for chaos. Now, hand it over. Don't make me reach across the desk. You know my arms are longer than yours. It's a scientifically proven fact from that time we got stuck in the well.
That was a traumatic experience we agreed never to speak of again. All right, fine. But be careful. Hold it by the edges. Do not, under any circumstances, allow the clapper to.
Got it. My goodness, it is heavier than it looks. And you're right, it is humming. Feels like a little electric thrill. Well, here goes nothing. A little test. For science.
Gary, wait. We haven't established a control group. We haven't formulated a hypothesis. This is reckless.
Hypothesis ringing this bell will do something weird. Let's test it. One small ring.
No, don't you dare.
Too late.
Chalmers rings the bell, and a weird sound appears.
What was that sound? Did you hear that? It wasn't a jingle. It was a chord. It sounded like ice cracking on a distant moon. It was chilling, yet strangely beautiful. Did anything happen? I don't see any portals opening. The milk seems stable for now.
Look at your desk. Say more.
My desk? What about my papers? My glorious, chaotic stacks of ungraded homework, memos from the school board, schematics for a self-peeling potato. They're organized.
Organized is an understatement. They're in perfect alphabetized piles. By subject, I can see art history neatly stacked next to advanced bureaucracy. Your pile of angry letters from Sonic's lawyers about the alligators is now filed under H for hedge. Related incidents.
This is an outrage. An invasion of my academic process. My system was one of strategic chaos. I knew where everything was. This stereo alphabetical tyranny. The bell exerts some kind of library magic. It's an arcane administrative assistant.
Finally, an artifact I can get behind. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to this study. See more. I told you it wouldn't be so bad. It just cleaned up your mess. I think it's scared of me. Even your homework knows who's in charge.
Scared of you? Or it's imposing a sinister order upon us? This is how it begins, Gary. First, alphabetized paperwork. Next, color-coded sock drawers. Before we know it, we'll be living in a minimalist dystopia with only one approved font for all household labels.
You say that like it's a problem. I'm ringing it again.
Are you mad? We have no idea if the effects are cumulative. The second ring could be exponentially more powerful. It could organize our very thoughts into neat, uninteresting paragraphs.
We'll risk it. I want to see what it does to the spice rack. It's a disaster in there. You've got cumin next to cinnamon. It's culinary anarchy. Here we go again.
Don't. The golems are in the corner dusting the bookshelves. Think of the golems.
What's it going to do? Make them dust alphabetically.
Sweet mother of mercy. Gary, listen.
What is that rumbling? Is that Krakatoa acting up again?
No, it's coming from the corner of the room. It's Gravelson and Brickford. They've stopped dusting. They're chanting.
Chanting? They look like they're humming.
It's deeper than humming. It's a low, resonant baritone. It sounds like monks. Monks made of gravel and brick. What are they saying? Can you make it out?
I think so. It sounds like mortar integrity must be maintained for structural harmony, oh mum. They're chanting about property maintenance.
And listen, Cogsworth just joined in. He's providing the tenor harmony. Union breaks are sacrosanct at 15-minute intervals, oh meum. This is incredible. They've formed a barbershop quartet dedicated to the tenets of their collective bargaining agreement.
This bell is the best thing you have ever brought into this house. Say more. This is amazing. We have to record this. DiZenzo will love it. We can sell it as a relaxation tape for stressed-out contractors. Oh, relax. They sound beautiful. They're more in tune than that time we tried to go caroling with Master Chief. He only knows one song, and it's the high-low theme. It's not very festive.
This has gone too far. The bell is a corrupting influence. It's turning our loyal, silent workforce into a choir of melodious dissidents. We must put it away.
Not yet. I think I understand how this works now. Each ring unlocks a different localized effect. First, organization. Second, spontaneous musical performance. We have to see what the third one does. It's our duty to the listeners. It's our duty to science.
This isn't science. It's poking a mysterious cosmic entity with a stick. What if the third ring summons something? What if it's the one that turns the air into soup?
I could go for some soup. It's better than whatever you were planning on burning for dinner tonight. One more ring, Seymour. The tiebreaker. The grand finale for the podcast.
I was going to make steamed hams.
You were going to set the smoke alarm off and then order hamburgers. Ring number 3 coming up.
I am officially lodging my protest. For the record, I am against this. This is happening under duress.
Noted. Here we go.
Chalmers rings the bell a third time. It plays an ominous tune.
That one felt different. The sound didn't just fade, it shattered. Like a glass bell in a silent room. What's happening now? Gary, why is the light from the window getting dappled?
I don't know. Is Cumulus, our pet cloud, doing that thing where he tries to make shadow puppets again? Because his rabbit still just looks like a vaguely threatening potato.
No, it's not Cumulus. It's butterflies. Hundreds of them. They're pouring in through the open window. Where did they all come from? They're beautiful. Are those monarchs? No. The wings. They seem to have patterns on them like QR codes.
They're filling the entire room. They're not landing on anything, they're just swirling. It's like a kaleidoscope of insects. This is actually quite lovely. Maybe the third ring just summons pleasant scenery.
Don't be so sure, Gary. They're forming something. A pattern. Above our heads. They're clustering together, arranging themselves. They're spelling something.
Spelling what? All I see is a big orange and black cloud.
Squint, Gary! Look closer! It's a word! And soon.
Soon. They are writing soon.
Yes, soon.
Well, that's anticlimactic and vague. Soon what? Soon the podcast will be over. Soon my tax return will arrive. It's not very specific, is it? It's probably just a coincidence. A random alignment of bug-based pixels.
That was not a coincidence, Gary. That was a lepidopterological threat. That was an omen delivered by a swarm of digitally enhanced insects. We have meddled with powers we do not comprehend, and now we have received a cryptic one-word warning. We have to stop now. Put the bell down.
Aye, all right. Maybe you have a point. That was unsettling. The golems have stopped chanting, too. They're just staring at the butterfly word. I think Brickford just made the sign of the cross with his dusty fingers.
We are putting the bell in a lead-lined box and burying it in the garden. We will plant a very thorny rose bush on top of it and never speak of this again. Or we put it in the surreal cupboard. Anyways, this experiment is over.
But what does it mean? Soon. It's driving me crazy. We can't just leave it at that. We're on the verge of a major discovery here, Seymour. Or a major disaster. Either way, it's content. I know. You're right, it's too dangerous. But just one more.
What? Are you serious?
One final definitive test. We can't end on soon. That's a terrible cliffhanger for the listeners. We need resolution. We need to know what we're dealing with. One more ring. But this time we do it together, for solidarity.
Together, you want us to be co-conspirators in our own potential demise?
I want us to be a team. We faced the snail together. We should face the bell together. We hold it, we ring it, and whatever happens, happens. We'll have a definitive answer.
This is the worst idea you have ever had. And that includes the time you tried to convince me that installing a moat would lower our home insurance premiums.
The alligators would have loved it. Come on, Seymour, one last time. For science, for the show, for us.
Fine. But if we end up in another dimension ruled by sentient teacups, I am, officially and irrevocably blaming you.
Noted and accepted. All right? On the count of 3. Place your hand on the bell with mine. 1, 2, 3.
They ring the bell a fourth time, a different tune than every sound before.
Everything's gone quiet. Gary, the sound of the chime, it isn't stopping. It's just getting lower and lower, like a foghorn in a vast cavern. Where is the recording studio? The desk is gone.
The garden sounds have stopped. The light from the window is gone. Seymour, look up. Look around. We're not in the study anymore. We're somewhere else.
This is an immense hall. The ceiling is so high I can't see it. And the walls, they aren't walls. Gary, they're bells. Thousands of them. Millions of them. All different sizes, all shimmering in a soft silver light. And they're all silent.
It's beautiful and absolutely terrifying. Where are we? What did we do?
Who dares test the bell of summons?
I told you, Chalmers.
And yet this is the best episode we've ever had.
Well, listeners, it seems we've stumbled into a bit of an interdimensional pickle. Join us next week to find out if we get turned into clappers. This has been Skinner and Chalmers' Weekly Roast.
If we're not here next week, tell Cogsworth he's in charge. He'll know what to do. Good night, Memfield.